welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, once more here in the Rising Stones, where we last time fought an Ascian and tested out Moenbryda's new device and actually managed to kill the Ascian. However, our Blade of Light wasn't quite strong enough to do it, and so Moenbryda cast her own life force into the flame to feed the Aether Blade. And that means she's dead now. She was counting on a theory that the soul's ether burns brightest at the moment of its passing, a scholar until the very end. Now it is time to mourn her. As Moenbryda was a native of Sharlayan, I feel it's only fitting that we gather before the mark of a scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found in Rutherford, and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Down there. So here's the Garlean Fortress, through the tangle, up here and to the end of the path. Here is the crystallized tree, and there is the this scroll symbol as, symbol of a god, Thaliak.
Forgive me, Moenbryda. Had I been quicker or wiser. But I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Midgard-Sommer.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
I suppose so. I guess nobody noticed him? Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, 'tis my job to be a pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Sirius? I do. It is a way to honor the sacrifice. 'Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duties. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Le Soir, Moenbryda, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need to remind you of this, of course. It is for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Sirius. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a combat lost. To honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, toward the light of a new dawn. So this was probably the end of a patch, of one of the major patches. Have you a moment, Sirius? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you could lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moenbryda's passing. My heart aches to see her so downcast. Hey, it's Sirius! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive by... It's just so hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me if she saw me moping like... The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have a coin to pay for a flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Redfrost. We don't even have a body to bury of Moenbryda's because she dissolved into Aether, which probably makes this even harder. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinkets to trade? No, just a flower to pick up. Huh? They've got you running errands now? Science really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eodia to the bleeding market? Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you'd best learn to say no, or we'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon disease, was it? Here then, take it. And tell that Ida lass that I got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods no, she needs to. In retrospect, I wonder, is Rowena such a good judge of character that she, knows what the mask means to Ida? And that's why she wants her to get rid of it? Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. When I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again. And then again. And then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Moenbryda loved these things, you know. I hope that somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Terrible timing. The Dragon Song War begins.
Is that what I think it is?
Dragons.
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
On our way. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moenbryda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Corvus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. The envoy is here. Hello once again, Lucia. I thank you for receiving me on such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians? Aye. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced to retreat, or victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not stand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcements you seek then? We do. Though it pricks our pride as plain we cannot protect Ishgard for our ranks, thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. We shall depart for Corvus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your requests directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that our pleas do receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That's only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emeric's authority on this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Sorma and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You have a mantle of hero well. It would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Sirius. Heretics. And apparently traitors in the ranks of the Temple Knights.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
I guess those were Ishgard's words. It seems I was the swifter, Sirius. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some men of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what's afoot. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Yeah. But we need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. It would seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Science! We expected you in Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. When you have learned of a heretic's treachery, Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emeric awaits you. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Orshifant will know where Sir Emeric means to receive us. But I think we do that next time. So, yeah. Until next time then. When we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I am Ace and don't get lost.